Hi guys, we have a special mushroom update, mushroom energy update for today. Just kidding, I just decided to be cute because we're getting closer to Halloween. So, the first card that we got here, if you are new to this channel, we do daily readings. We try to kind of get a clarity on the energy and just kind of go over what these cards mean and where they're directing us. So I do 3-card pull readings, so this is past, present, and future. So just with that in mind, the first card that we got here was the Two of Wands. So feeling this like not necessarily nostalgic, but looking back on like where we came from and realizing the feats that we've overcome. And just holding ground over that gratitude for self and the hard work that we put in, the shadow work, the individual individual growing, as well as substantial growth in like skills and career wise. Like we put in a lot of work, especially over these last few years. We've had a lot of concentration and emphasis on just upgrading our life. With everything going on, it's kind of been necessary. But with that being said, we're kind of being able to look at where we've come from. The humbleness is very important, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. But being humble in where you came from is really key to this next step, because when we get stuck in looking at the end goal, when we get really hyper focused on wanting like the material gain, when we get hyper fixated on materialism and like the materialism, like wanting more things for yourself is totally normal. It's totally natural. There's nothing wrong with it. But having this fixation on like wanting more for yourself, and just that's like the only thing that you're really wanting, as far as abundance goes. You're just wanting like the money. That's going to cause a lot of turbulence in your creative field, but also it's just going to hold you pretty stagnant where you are, because you're not going to be really satisfied with where you've come from. And also it's going to make you really hyper fixated, and so like take this as like a distraction. Like it's going to distract you from what needs to actually happen in order for that to happen at all. Like it's going to make you anxious. It's going to cause a lot of turbulence in your creative field, so you're just going to be stuck just thinking about like, why don't I have more? Why is there not more for me right now? Like, I have done a lot of work, I deserve more, and I get it at the same time. But like your hyperfixation like is going to cause you to stumble. Like it's going to cause you to pause, and it's going to cause you to hyperfixate on the things that are out of your control. Like the things that we can't attract more customers, we can't attract more for ourselves if the only thing we care about is like the money. Like one that doesn't actually fill you. Like the money itself is okay, so I'm not trying to like stray you from wanting money and more things for yourself, but the desire for money itself is not the fulfillment that you're seeking. Like you're wanting to use that money to buy things for yourself so you can experience more, sure, but the fixation on money itself is not going to allow you to see that with clarity. Like I know at the same time it feels like it does, because of our traumatic connection with money, being in survival mode. So it makes it a little difficult to really understand that. But having that fixation on money itself is not actually where the fulfillment comes from. The fulfillment comes from when you actually spend the money on things that you want. Like when you get things that are beneficiary to your health, your success, when you invest in yourself and your business, when you buy better things, better equipment for yourself, like those things are way more satisfying than the money itself. Like, yeah, we would love some money in the bank, but I'm telling you, like, emphasize on this. So important, because it will give you this idea of lack. This idea of lack, having this idea of lack is going to cause you to stop and worry and wonder about all the possibilities, and it's not going to allow you to see a path with clearer vision. So don't focus on the end of the path. Don't focus on, having all of that money like right here, right now. Focus on what you need to do in order to make that happen. Because the last card that we got here is the Ace of Wands. So chill out. The last card we got is the Ace of Wands. So, this is the future here. This is the wand being handed from the universe right out of the clouds. And they're giving you this manifestation wand because you've done all the work. You know what needs to be done. You just don't fixate on the details. Don't fixate on the end game. Don't focus on, having all of this dream house. You can think about these things, totally vision them, but don't let that be what swallows you. Like, don't let that be what your aim is, because like at some point you're going to have this. And at some point you have to understand, like, and I mean, like, way down the line too at the same time. But like at some point you're gonna have this house and you're gonna be in there for like 10-20 years, and like some of that gratitude, some of that deep energy from actually having that house when you first get the house, like, you're not gonna have that same experience. You're not gonna have that same emotion, that same fulfillment. So like, really take those things with gratitude, because those emotions, those feelings, those are like once in a lifetime for the most part. Like, those feelings and emotions, like, they come in only specific situations. They're not like very common. They're not like super rare or rare occurrences, but like, we want to have gratitude. We want to be present when we're experiencing full gratitude, and we're experiencing something new for ourselves. Like, you want to have that emotion, you want to have that real feeling. So allow yourself to be given that opportunity to feel those emotions as they happen, and not be so fixated on like the greed, the lust, the desire, because those are normal feelings, totally natural to feel. But like, having that fixation on it is not really going to benefit you creatively. It's not going to benefit your company. It's not going to benefit what you're doing. Excuse me. It's just going to distract you. So that will provide you with a much more clear vision for this next year. Because if you watched my last reading, or if you didn't, I would definitely recommend watching my clear vision. It talks about chaos energy because of this eclipse and all of this other energy going on with Mars and Scorpio. We're having like this like chaotic field of energy that you can really utilize right now to focus on yourself and focus on your own present journey and what you need to do in order to get things done. So like, having all of this calamity outside of you that is outside of your control will cause you in a lot of ways to focus on the things that you can control. So it's going to bring you back to yourself and allow you to really want to take care of what needs to be done in a lot of ways. So you're not focused on the outside world, depressing yourself with things that you can't control. You're more focused on the world around you that you can control, because that is where your power is. And then you'll realize how little power all of those other fixations had, honestly, because they were just fixations. Like, fixations are fixations. Like, you can literally separate yourself from anything if you give yourself the opportunity to separate yourself from it. Promise you. Okay, so this is from our Astro Star Code Oracle deck. We're just gonna pull a quick little card from the Oracle reading deck. This is going to give us a nice little overview of what we talked about. So I don't know if you see that word right there, journey. You remember how we was talking about don't fixate on the end game? It's all about the journey, dude. Progression. Progression. See that time? Time is valuable, bro. Time is like the most valuable thing. Like you're only gonna experience one thing at a time, or well, I guess I shouldn't say that, but you're only gonna experience that thing while it's happening. So like enjoy it while it's happening. And don't be so fixated on like the what ifs and what could be's and the yada yada and all the, you know, future stuff. I know this looks like a futuristic card, but it's actually just a warning about how precious your time is and how you should be respecting that and how things are really about progress and journeys. So, again, don't fixate on the end of the process. Focus on the process itself. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Please hit that like and subscribe and share button, even if it didn't help you, because it helps me help you, help other people, and help you help me and stuff. Okay, bye.